Let's cut through the decade-long romantic fan narrative around the Vampire Diaries Season 4 and face the unflattering truth head-on. Before I dive into my core argument, I want to add one neutral note. I'm not claiming Elena and Damon never had genuine affection later on, but Season 4's central love arc is not a girl falling freely in love. It's the complete, forensic erasure of Elena's original human identity. For over 10 years, fans have glorified this chaotic chapter as a timeless epic romance, yet its core foundation is supernatural biological hijacking. Elena Gilbert never truly chose Damon in this era. The self-determined, morally grounded human Elena who prioritized her own freedom ceased to exist the second she completed her vampire transition. The woman viewers watched post-transition wasn't a fully realized protagonist making independent choices. She was a physical, mental response forced by the Sire Bond's magic. The fandom's most repeated defense claims the Sire Bond merely amplifies pre-existing fondness, yet this is the biggest mass gaslighting trick in the show's entire fanbase. A Sire Bond is no simple volume dial to amplify feelings. It is a full personality rewrite, a supernatural parasite that twists a newborn vampire's basic gratitude into an endless, compulsory cycle of blind obedience. It's time to stop treating Elena's love confessions in Season 4 as natural, heartfelt emotion. Every "I love you" she spoke to Damon during the Bond's hold wasn't her authentic voice. She recited an involuntary script carved into her nervous system by his blood. This supernatural biological defect stripped her of all personal agency, turning what should be a passionate, voluntary romantic choice into a pre-programmed automatic reaction. What we're analyzing here isn't a love arc at all. It's one of TV's most calculated character assassinations, crafted solely to cater to a specific subset of fans. Let's contrast human Elena with her bonded vampire self to see how extreme this shift is. Human Elena's core traits: boundless compassion, unshakable moral standards, and unwavering loyalty to her family and friends. Her shift post-transition was not slow or natural character growth. It was jarring, overnight reshuffling of every emotional priority she once held dear. Fans often claim her blood hunger pulled her toward Damon, but the lore mechanics tell a far darker story. Damon did more than simply train her to feed on human blood. The Sire Bond rewired her brain to only seek validation from him, blocking all other sources of comfort. The Bond carved a permanent psychological backdoor in her mind, letting his influence skip over her rational judgment entirely. Let's pose two core questions to unpack this contradiction. Can it count as genuine love when supernatural magic forces you to embrace your partner's violent lifestyle? When your entire core personality must be twisted to tolerate their cruelty? Are you their equal partner? Or just trapped in a glamorous, supernatural version of Stockholm Syndrome? That supposed shared bloodlust was never mutual bonding. It was the tool that shattered Elena's original identity. The fandom's popular narrative claims this arc lets Damon be fully understood, yet the reality is far bleaker. The Bond stripped Elena of all mental freedom to fixate on anyone but him. Her famous love lines are not proof of soulmates, but symptoms of a supernatural mental infection. Now let's break down official TVD Sire Bond canon to prove this argument. Show lore establishes a Sire Bond forms when a new vampire feels profound gratitude to their maker. In Elena's case, that basic gratitude mutated into an unbreakable cycle of blind obedience. She didn't merely desire Damon's company. Her body and mind would suffer severe mental and physical pain any time she defied his requests. To expose fandom's glaring double standard, compare Elena's Bond arc with Tyler Lockwood's storyline against Klaus. When Tyler was bound to Klaus, every viewer acknowledged it as a horrific violation of free will, and we celebrated his painful fight to break free. Yet the show uses soft romantic scoring and dreamy lighting for Elena's bonded scenes, intentionally masking the exact same violation of her self-determination unfolding on screen. This supernatural bond mirrors the most harmful real-life relationship patterns: trauma bonding and constant gaslighting. It amounts to full, non-consensual personality overriding. Damon's wants and safety became Elena's entire world, not through genuine emotional connection, but solely because the magic forced it. The writers prioritized setting up the Delena final couple over the lead heroine's mental stability, and the human Elena audiences cared about vanished entirely. This was not character growth. It was complete psychological colonization of her identity. Ignore the romantic cinematography and surface chemistry to examine the core logic of this pairing. The show's central defense, that the bond only magnified hidden feelings, is a manufactured lie meant to shield Damon's character from criticism. If you must rely on a magical biological cage to keep a woman attached to you, you are not a romantic hero, you are a captor. The Sire Bond never amplified Elena's hidden affection. It overwrote her true emotions with a reality built entirely around Damon's needs. Consider how violating this personality rewrite truly is. It prioritizes the predator's comfort over the victim's lifelong core values. Human Elena despised Damon's reckless violence, his disregard for innocent human lives, and his cruel treatment of her loved ones. Yet the Sire Bond erased her ability to simultaneously recognize those flaws and feel fondness for him. It sanded down every unique, uncompromising part of her personality to mold her into a companion tailored to Damon's preferences. This is the textbook definition of non-consensual emotional alteration. If someone must abandon their core self to love you, they don't love you freely. They are being consumed by your influence. We have to raise a critical question about the writer's creative choice. Why was erasing the heroine's moral backbone the only viable method to sell this romance? The creators knew human Elena would never place Damon's desires above the safety of her family and town, so they broke her core personality via the Sire Bond plot device. This magical rule existed solely as narrative shortcut to skip years of natural character growth. The script sacrificed Elena's consistent characterization to cater to Delena fans, a complete betrayal of everything audiences loved about her resilient spirit. Now we reach the most hotly debated counter-argument fans rely on. After the Sire Bond was broken, Elena still chose Damon, proving her feelings were authentic all along. This reasoning ignores basic trauma psychology entirely. You cannot spend months conditioned as a supernatural puppet, cut the magical restraints, and instantly revert to your original mindset without lasting mental scarring. The mental scarring from living as a vessel for another's will never disappear instantly. By the time Elena freed herself from the bond, her entire perception of reality had been permanently altered. Her mind was hardwired to chase Damon's approval as an instinctive survival reflex. She'd already pushed away all her family and friends who grounded her old identity, cutting off every path back to her former life. Choosing Damon at this stage was not an independent, free decision. It was a trauma coping response masked as a romantic realization. Can authentic love exist under a system of total, non-consensual power imbalance? The answer is unequivocally no. Genuine romance demands two complete self-governing people meet as equals. But the Sire Bond eliminated Elena's selfhood entirely. It turned a layered, lively young woman into nothing more than a mirror reflecting Damon's inner insecurities. For a full decade, fans have celebrated the death of Elena's identity as a beautiful wedding, and watched her gradual dismantling while labeling it character growth. Anyone who frames the Sire Bond as a mere romantic obstacle ignores its devastating human cost. Elena lost connection with her family, abandoned her lifelong moral code, and suffered irreversible mental damage, all to ease the self-loathing of a 170-year-old vampire. The most controversial, overlooked flaw of this show isn't violence or romantic drama. It's that it convinced millions of viewers the complete erasure of a woman's free will counts as peak romance. The next time you rewatch Season 4's Delena scenes, ignore romantic tension and focus on subtle visual cues. Notice the empty, hollow look in Elena's eyes. Observe how she abandons all her core beliefs to prioritize Damon's wishes. Elena never found a grand, epic love with Damon. She reached a dead end for the self she once was. Labeling this conclusion a happy ending is the biggest lie the fandom collectively accepts. Drop 1 in comments if you always thought the Sire Bond warped Elena's choices. Drop 2 if you believe their love was genuine, regardless of the magic's influence. And let's talk. Do you think the writers relied too heavily on the Sire Bond to rush their endgame couple? Would Elena have chosen Damon if she'd never been turned by his blood?